So these types of headstones are one of the easiest to clean. These are veteran granite markers that sit on top of a concrete foundation. The problem with stones like these is they're very prone to the mower decks clipping the sides of them and chipping them, like you see on this corner here. It's always important, after you get permission from the cemetery or from the family or from the sexton of the cemetery, just get permission in general before you ever do a headstone cleaning, and make sure you document everything beforehand. Take pictures of everything to make sure if there's any damage that you're not liable for that. If a stone is cracking and damaged, I will refuse to clean it just because I don't want to make that any worse. If I do clean one of those, usually it's just a treatment of D2 biological solution with no scrubbing of any kind, any way, shape, or form. This one's going to be really easy to clean because this is hard, non-porous granite, and it's pretty much done. The problem is the mower has dislodged this from the base, so the setting compound has failed, and all this grass has grown up underneath of it. So once we get the top clean, we're going to remove the headstone, clean up the foundation, and reset the setting compound so that it can be secured down to the concrete foundation. Also, removing it and setting it up onto the concrete block with some carpet on it makes it easier to clean the sides. I wouldn't do that, of course, if the stone was still secured down to the foundation. I never release a stone from the setting compound. The only time I'll lift them up and move them is if they're already dislodged from the mowers or from ice getting up underneath of it and cracking that setting compound. The reason I always clean it while it's still on the foundation instead of picking it up before cleaning it is so that all the D2 can run down underneath onto the foundation and start getting to work in the meantime. I failed to bring my weed eater today, so I'm gonna have to do some of this by hand. So since concrete is porous, it's a lot harder to get this clean, but the D2 biological solution will eventually take out all the dark staining on the sides over here. But for today, I just want to make sure I get off all the old setting compound and all the dust and debris out from underneath the stone so it gets a nice clean seal with that setting compound. Alright, so we've got the setting compound all around the base of the stone. Now we just need to get our stakes out so that it sits flush and down onto the compound. So oh, that's my favorite part. So satisfying. I don't know how well you can see on the video. Came off the edge a little bit. Just pull the excess right off so it looks nice and clean to the stone. Just make sure the blade goes right at the base of the stone where it meets the concrete. You don't want it up against the stone. You want it at an angle to right where it meets. So if you're new to my channel, this is what Ileana Headstone Care does. We're a headstone cleaning company, and when I say we, it's me. And I go around and I do my funeral setups for Kelly Vault Company. Oftentimes I'll have an hour, hour and a half before the service is scheduled to arrive. So I'll come out and I'll clean a headstone or fix a headstone such as this one. I get permission from the cemeteries to be able to clean military veteran markers free of charge for the cemetery and just try to reset them and get them looking good again. And then families can reach out to me and hire me to clean their headstones if they're not physically able to get out there and do it, or if they live far away. I can send them pictures of it when it's all done, things like that. That's what my company does, aside from Kelly Vault Company. Everything else you see is the vault side of things, where I handle setting up the committal services for families across Illinois and Indiana. So if you like a video like this, you like to see headstones get restored, especially for veterans, these are the ones that I'm able to do fairly quickly and fairly easily, and I can get a lot of them done. Last year I did over 250 veteran headstones, and I'm hoping to get 400 over the summer this year. Some days I can do 2 or 3 of these in one setting, depending on how long my funeral setup takes to get done. So if you like seeing these headstones restored and brought back to the way they should be, please feel free to subscribe and follow and give it a like or a comment every now and then or whatnot. I don't accept donations to do this work. I feel like this is my way to give back. The D2 biological solution that I use is very expensive, but I feel like it's worth it to try to give back as much as I can. Since I don't accept donations, if you want me to clean a headstone in your name, just make a donation to any of the veteran organizations that help with suicide prevention, that help with housing veterans, that help with everything that the veterans need when they return home. And for those who have lost limbs serving this country, please just send a donation to one of those companies. That would be absolutely fantastic. And if you send a screenshot of your donation to my Facebook page, Ileana Headstone Care, I will shout you out in a video for your donation, or just donate anyway, please, just to help out our veterans. You know, I'm helping take care of the ones that have already passed, and for them and their families, there are a lot of veterans out there that could use some help today. So do not hesitate to go donate to a veteran organization that goes to a good cause. So I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you have a great day. God bless. God bless our troops, and God bless the United States of America.